Everybody, thanks for tuning in today. My name is Erica. I'm with UMBC Recreation, and today I'll be teaching a Vinyasa yoga class. So in today's class, you can expect us to work on our balance a bit, and as always, we're tying in the poses with our breath. So a lot of breath work to help relieve stress from the body and pay attention to our body while we're stretching. Before we get started, I want to remind everyone to always listen to your body, take breaks when you need, take a step back if you need to, and before you begin any exercise regimen, make sure you check with your doctor first. We're going to get started in a seated position. So you should take a seat facing the front edge of your mat. I'm just going to stay facing this way for the beginning part of our warm-up so you can see me a little bit better. So any comfortable seated position will do. Find length through your spine. Hands can be on your knees or at your sides, whatever feels most comfortable to you. We'll start with a few deep breaths. Filling up the belly and the chest with breath, and exhaling slowly out through the mouth. In through the nose, filling belly and chest. Exhale out through the mouth. 2 more nice deep breaths in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Last one, filling the entire body with breath and exhaling slowly. Draw the shoulders up towards your ears and then relax them down the back. Nice big shoulder rolls up to ears and down the back. Try to deepen the breath as the shoulders come up towards the ears. And as the shoulders relax down the back, think about releasing tension from the body. Change directions, allow the shoulders to come down and around the front. Nice deep breaths. And find some stillness. Lower chin to chest. Let the ear roll over to the right shoulder and complete the neck roll in this clockwise direction until the chin comes back down to the chest. Keep it going, giving me 2 or 3 full circles. Being careful as the head rolls around the back, try to keep a lift in the neck. And we'll all meet with chin back to the chest. Counterclockwise direction, nice and slow. About 3 circles in this direction as well. Finishing up my last circle here. Meeting with chin to chest. Lift the chin and look forward. Lift arms to shoulder height. Bring the arms directly in front and cross the right arm underneath the left. Wrap the arms into eagle arms. So the arms wrapping around each other like vines. We're aiming to bring the palms together, but if that's not accessible, back of the hands work just as fine. Lift the elbows up towards the ceiling and relax the shoulders down your back. Opening the back side of the body here, just take a few deep breaths. Keep those arms squeezing tight towards and around one another. We'll release arms back to shoulder height. And we'll take the left arm underneath this time, wrapping around. Palms are back of the hands, elbows up, and shoulders down. Keep the length in the spine. Find your breath. Release arms back to shoulder height. Find a side bend over to the left, so left hand comes down. Right ribs reaching high to the ceiling. Slowly switching sides, finding the side bend. Left ribs reach high to the ceiling. Use your inhale to rise up and your exhale to lower the hand down by your side. Twist from the belly to the right, finding a spinal twist. Right hand directly behind you, left hand in front. Looking towards the back of the room. Slowly unwind back through center and find your spinal twist to opposite side. Left hand directly behind. Unwind and return to center. And sit up into tabletop position facing the front of your mat. Wrist under shoulders, fingers spread wide, knees under hips, tops of the feet to the mat. Lift up to your fingertips and round the spine into cat pose, tucking chin to chest, drawing belly in. Then lift and arch into cow, lifting tailbone, shoulders, and gaze up to ceiling. Return back to the roundness in the spine for cat pose. Lift and arch to cow. We'll take a few more of these on your own breath and at your own time, moving back and forth between rounding and arching the spine. As you round, find an exhale. As you arch, draw the breath in, tying the breath to the movement. Find some stillness with palms flat to the mat. Inhale your left arm up to the ceiling. Exhale to thread the needle, so pass it through the space on the right between hand and knee. Dropping down to left shoulder, bringing cheek down to the mat. Opening the shoulders and chest here, finding a little bit of a twist for the spine. Use your right hand to press yourself back to tabletop. Inhale, lift the right arm to ceiling. Exhale to thread it through. Slowly press yourself back to tabletop and lift up to the fingertips once again. Extend your right leg behind you, pointing through the toes, heel in line with hip. Draw the right knee in towards your chest, round the spine, lift the knee nice and high, engaging the core, and step the foot through into lunge position. Ankle below the knee. Manually place your foot into alignment if you need. As we draw the breath in through the nose, lift both arms overhead. Exhale, holding the arms here. Drop the shoulders down the back. Lower left hand to the knee. Circle the right arm down behind you. Gazing at the hand as you go. Turn the thumb to face down towards the floor as it circles back up overhead. Thumb again is facing the back of the room. Try to watch your hand this time to challenge your balance. Keep your thighs actively drawing towards each other for stability. Take a deep breath in. Exhale as the hand circles behind you. Try to watch it as you go, challenging your balance. Turn the thumb down to face towards the floor. Inhale as you draw the arm back up overhead. Gaze is following the hand. Last time. Exhale to circle the arm down behind you. Turn the thumb down. Inhale to bring the arm back up overhead. Both arms up. Fingertips to mat. Extend the right leg behind you, point through the toes, and return to tabletop. Left leg extends. Give me a crunch, knee to chest, around the spine. Lift that knee high and step the foot through into lunge. Draw the breath in through your nose, lift both arms overhead, gaze is up towards the ceiling. Exhale and hold here. Right hand lowers to the knee. Move your gaze to your upraised hand. Take a nice deep breath in. As we exhale, hand circles back. Follow the hand. Turn the thumb down. Inhale, back overhead. Exhale, following the hand, circling down, thumb to floor and overhead. Last time, exhaling as the hand circles down, drawing breath in to lift it overhead. Both arms up, fingertips to floor. Extend the left leg behind you, point through the toes, and return to tabletop. Lower the elbows to mat into puppy pose, palms face down, let the head hang gently. And lower to child, hips to heels, toes touching but knees separate, and forehead to mat. These are your two options for rest during the class. If you're feeling tired at any time, feel free to take either of these poses, child's or puppy. If you're uncomfortable in child's, I recommend puppy pose instead. Take a few deep breaths here to finish our warm-up. Take advantage of the stillness. Take note of how you feel in your body. Focus on your breath. Slowly rise back to tabletop, preparing for our first down dog. Spread the fingers nice and wide and lift out the shoulders. If this is your first time, we're going to take it in steps. If you're familiar with down dog, you're more than welcome to lift now. Start by tucking your toes onto the mat, lifting the knees in the air. Keep sending the hips up to ceiling, but keep the knees bent as you press into the hands to bring belly back towards thighs. Here's option one. Option two is to start to straighten one leg, pressing heel down to the floor, and then switching and pressing the other heel down. Option two. Option three is to press both heels down at the same time. Make sure your spine stays nice and long. Hips are reaching towards the ceiling, belly's reaching for the thighs. And we'll take a few breaths here. Modified version is with the knees bent. You'll find a little bit of ease in the pose that way. Give me a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Look forward, shift your weight forward into your hands and step your right foot up into lunge. Again, place it there manually if you need, ankle below the knee. Step up to half lift, so left foot steps up to meet the right, lengthening and straightening the back. Hands to shins. Lower to forward folds, bend the knees, drop belly to thighs, let arms and head hang heavy. And forward fold, low belly draws in, hips reach high towards the ceiling, and weights in the balls of the feet. One vertebrae at a time will round the spine up to a standing position. Leave your chin tucked to your chest until you make it all the way to standing. Lift the arms overhead and gaze up to ceiling. Lower back to forward fold. Drop the belly to thighs. Rise half lift, flattening your back. and step back into a plank position. Bend your knees, plant your fingertips, and step back into plank. Lower the knees to tabletop. Lean forward so that the shoulders are out past the wrist, and bend the elbows into a 90-degree angle before lowering chin and chest to floor. Then hips come down. Elbows point up to the ceiling and legs together. Lift the chest to baby cobra, gazes up, and press to child's, hips to heels. Or your puppy pose, either or. Slowly rise back to tabletop and find your down dog. Tuck toes to mat, lift hips to ceiling, and belly back towards thighs. Remember, knees can stay bent. Give me a deep breath or two here. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Look forward and step your left foot up to lunge. Step up to half lift, flattening your back. Lower to forward fold, belly to thighs. And rise to standing, one vertebrae at a time, pausing at the top. If you're familiar with the more traditional sun salutation, you're more than welcome to take the traditional version. We're going to take 2 more of those. Lifting the arms overhead, gaze is up. Lower to fold, belly to thighs. Rise half lift, flattening the back. Step back into your plank position. Drop knees to tabletop. Lean forward into chaturanga, elbows bend, hold here, and then lower chin and chest, and then the hips. Lift the chest, use the strength of your core. You shouldn't be pressing into your hands for baby cobra, and then press to child's, hips to heels. Slowly rise back to tabletop and lift to down dog, hips up to the ceiling. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Look forward and step your right foot into lunge. Step up to half lift, flattening your back, gaze down to the mat. Lower to fold, belly to thighs, bend those knees if you need to make that happen, and slowly rise to standing, one vertebrae at a time. This time we're going to try to tie the movement in with our breath. Inhale to lift the arms overhead, gaze is up. Exhale out the mouth into forward fold, belly to thighs. Inhale, half lift, flattening your back. Exhale as you step back into your plank position. Drop the knees to tabletop. Draw a breath in. Exhale to chaturanga, bending the elbows, lowering down to the floor. Inhale to lift the chest, no pressure in the hands. And exhale to child's, hips to heels. No rest this time. Rise right back to tabletop on the inhale. Exhale to down dog, hips up to ceiling. If you lost the breath, it's no worries. Take a few deep breaths here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. If you're like me and you prefer to find some movement in your down dog, you can bend one knee and then the other, or maybe shift the hips side to side, or stay still if that's more up to your speed. Look forward and step the left foot up to lunge. Inhale as you step up to half lift, flattening the back. Exhale to forward fold, belly to thighs. Draw the inhale out as you rise up to standing, one vertebrae at a time. And exhale at the top. Inhale, arms overhead. As we exhale this time, we'll find a slight side bend to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale to fold, belly to thighs. Inhale, half lift, look forward. Exhale as you step back into plank and drop the knees to tabletop, and we'll pause here. Lift up to your fingertips and extend your right leg behind you. Keep leg active, toe pointed, thigh muscles on. Draw knee to chest for a crunch. Lift that knee high and step the foot into lunge. Tuck left toes onto the mat and lift the left knee into the air into lunge. Lift up to maybe just 2 fingers. Draw the belly in and send the chest forward. Gaze is forward. Slowly lift both arms overhead. If you need help with balance, bring the hands to the thighs first. Arms up and gaze is up. Holding here. Modification for this pose is to gently bend the back knee. You'll find some ease in the legs. Otherwise, left leg is straight and you're pressing out through the heel. Right knee stays stacked over the ankle. Lower left hand down to the knee. Draw a breath in. Exhale, circle the arm behind you. Try to watch as you go. Thumb turns down to the floor. Inhale, arm overhead. Exhale, hand circles down. Thumb turns down. Inhale. Last time as we exhale, nice big circle with the arm. Draw the breath in. Both arms up. Open into warrior 2, facing the left side of your mat, lowering arms to shoulder height. Left heel makes contact with the mat. Gaze is out over your right middle finger. Right knee stays stacked over the right ankle. Hips and shoulders are facing the long edge of the mat. Right hand lifts to reverse warrior, up to the ceiling. Straighten the front leg, give that knee a break. And exhale back into warrior 2, knee bends and arms at shoulder height. Windmill the arms down into a lunge position, left heel lifts off the mat. Step back into plank. Drop the knees to tabletop. Exhale into chaturanga, elbows bend. Flat to the mat. Inhale, baby cobra, chest lifts. Exhale, a child's or your rest pose, hips to heels. Take a quick breather here. Forehead to mat. Take note of how you feel in your body. Our bodies tell us all sorts of things. All we have to do is listen. Slowly rise back to tabletop. Use your exhale to lift the hips into down dog. Belly back to the thighs. Keep hips reaching high towards the ceiling. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more time. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Look forward and step your right foot up to lunge. Step up to half lift, flattening the back. Lower to fold, belly to thighs. And rise to standing, one vertebrae at a time. Take your time, there's no rush. Chin comes up from the chest last. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, up to ceiling. Exhale to the right. Inhale, up to ceiling. Exhale to fold, belly to thighs. Rise, half lift, flatten the back. Step back into your plank position. And drop the knees to tabletop. Lift up to your fingertips and extend the left leg behind you, point through the toes. Draw knee to chest, round the spine, lift the knee high, step the foot through into lunge. Tuck the right toes onto the mat, lift the knee, send the chest forward into lunge. Nice and slow, lifting the arms overhead, gaze is up to ceiling. Right hand lowers to the knee. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, circle the hand behind you. Try to follow the movement. Inhale to lift it overhead. Exhale, hand behind you, thumb down towards the mat. Inhale. Last time, exhale. Breath in. Both arms up. Open into warrior two, facing the right side of the mat. Arms at shoulder height. Pinky edge of the right foot lined up with the short edge of your mat. We're nice and tall, nice and strong. Inhale to reverse warrior, left arm up to the ceiling. Straighten the forward leg. Next exhale returns you to warrior two, knee bends. Windmill arms down into lunge, right heel lifts off the mat. Step back into plank and drop the knees to tabletop. Exhale as you find chaturanga, elbows bend, lower down. Inhale to lift the chest, shoulders behind the heart. Exhale to child's, hips to heels. Take your rest. Check in with your body. Check in with the breath. Inhale as you rise to tabletop. Exhale to down dog, hips up to ceiling. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more deep breath for me, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Look forward, left foot steps up to lunge. Inhale as you step up to half lift. Exhale as you forward fold. Inhale to rise to standing, nice and slow. Exhale once you make it to the top. Make sure your feet are hips width distance apart. Bring your hands to heart center and step your right foot behind you so that you're on the tips of the toes. Find some length up to the ceiling as you prepare for warrior three. Hinge forward from the hips, bringing your chest about parallel to the floor. Micro bend in the left leg and turn on that calf or that thigh and calf muscle. Slowly start to raise the leg behind you until heels in line with hip. If you struggle with balance, just lower the toes back down to the floor, back and forth. Maybe you find a hold with the leg in the air. Gaze is down towards the floor. Nice strong glute, thigh, and calf. If you want to challenge your balance, try sending your arms behind you today, palms face down towards the floor, like we're flying through the air. Don't hold the breath, just holding the pose. If you tried extending the arms, bring them back to heart center. Lower the right toes down towards the floor and rise to standing. Switching sides, step the right foot up. Step the left foot back. Stand nice and tall, draw the belly in towards the spine and hinge forward at the hips. Tiny micro bend in the right leg, activate those muscles and begin to lift the leg behind you. Foot is flexed, heel in line with hip. Hips are square towards the floor. If you're challenging your balance, extend those arms behind you. Make sure you're still breathing. Hands meet back to heart center. Toes lower down to the mat and rise up to standing. Step the feet together at the top of the mat. Lower hands down by your sides. Close the eyes. Inhale to lift the arms overhead. Exhale, lower arms down by your sides. 2 more with the eyes closed. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms lower. Deep breath in, arms overhead. Exhale to forward fold, belly to thighs. Try to keep the eyes closed. Inhale, half lift, flatten the back. Gently open the eyes. Step back into a plank position. See if we can lower ourselves down slowly to our bellies for a count of 5, 4, 3. Keep elbows close to body. And 1. Bring your toes together, but let heels fall out. And lower your arms down by your sides, palms face up. Turn your head to one side so you can rest on your cheek. And we'll take a short break here. As you exhale, let your body relax onto the floor. Let go of any muscles that you might be holding or clenching tight. And just give some focus to your breath. Gently turn your head to the opposite side. Bring your chin to the mat. Place your hands underneath the shoulders and press into child's pose. Or puppy, whichever you prefer. If you're in child's, we'll take a rounded child's this time. So arms along the sides of the body, palms face up and forehead to mat. As you exhale, let the shoulders melt towards the floor. Getting a nice roundness in the spine, space between the vertebrae. Slowly rise up to seated. Swing your legs around front so they're down the length of your mat. And flex the feet. Lift the arms overhead, drop chin to chest. And round the spine into rounded back stretch, lowering hands to the knees, pointing elbows out to the sides like elephant ears. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Focus on drawing the breath throughout the length of your spine, helping the muscles to relax and relieve their tension. Deepen the breath. Slowly lift the spine upright. Place your hands on either sides of your hips, finding staff pose, length through the spine, and relax into neutral. Bend the right knee, placing foot to mat. Left arm holds on to the bent knee as we open the twist, twisting from the belly, placing right fingertips directly behind us, gazing towards the back of the room. Keep finding length through the spine, belly drawing in just gently. Left foot is flexed. Take a deep breath in through the nose. As you exhale out through the mouth, unwind and return to center. Straightening the right leg and bending the left. Right arm holds on this time. Open the twist. Gaze to the back of the mat. Right foot is flexed. Deep breath in through the nose, and exhale to unwind. Straighten the leg. Draw the bottoms of the feet together into Baddha Konasana, pressing firmly to the pinky edges of the toes, finding length through the spine out towards the ceiling. Relieving a little tension from the hips here. If you want more sensation in the hips, draw the heels closer to the body. If you need a little less, scoot those heels away. Send the chest slightly forward, keeping the spine long. Gaze down towards the mat. Hold for a few more breaths here. Extend the legs forward, flexing the feet. Put a slight bend in the knees and send the chest forward. Lift the arms overhead as you draw the breath in, and exhale to forward fold, dropping belly to thighs. Arms fall wherever comfortable, and gaze is down towards the knees. If the belly is not touching the thighs and the spine is rounding, draw the knees a little closer to the chest. Lengthen the spine, send the chest forward. Nice long spines to help decompress the low back. Maybe close the eyes. Focus on the breath and the sensations you feel in this pose. Inhale as you slowly rise back to seated, and let the breath out. Place the feet on the mat. Shimmy so that your hips are seated in the center of your mat. Place your hands on the backs of your thighs. One vertebrae at a time, we'll roll down until we're flat on our back. Separate the feet until they're mat width distance apart and let the knees fall together. Lift the arms overhead, grabbing opposite elbows. Lift chin from chest. Take a few breaths here. Slowing down the practice. Straighten your legs onto the mat and lower your arms down by your sides. Draw your right knee in towards your chest, grabbing just below the knee to pull the thigh close to the body. If that creates some discomfort for your knee, you can hold on to the back of the thigh instead. Both feet are flexed, thigh close to chest. Try to find comfort in the stillness. Gently release the right leg onto the mat and draw left knee in towards the chest, thigh close to body and feet flexed. Gently release the leg onto the mat. Draw both knees in towards the chest, feet by side, again holding below the knees or on the backs of the thighs. Releasing any tension from our low backs. Gently release the legs, let them fall to the right side of your mat into reclined spinal. Knees are stacked and in line with the hips. Arms are placed at shoulder height, head turns to the left. This is our last pose before final resting pose. It's a great time to close the eyes. Although our bodies benefit from the movement, our minds benefit from the stillness. Slowly draw the knees back to center. Let them fall over to the left and turn your head to the right. Slowly draw the knees back to center. Wrap your arms around your legs, pulling them close to the body. Lift your head to meet your knees. Take a nice deep breath in, hold it at the top. And as you exhale, release to lay flat on your mat, separating legs and arms nice and wide. Palms face up, let toes fall out, and eyes close. We finish here with the final rest period, letting our body absorb and process the benefits of our movement, giving giving some attention to our mind and our thoughts. The best way to find relaxation is to draw your attention to your breath. Follow the natural rise and fall of your chest. Every exhale, relieving more tension from the body. Every exhale relaxes your body more onto the mat. Begin to deepen your breath. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Welcome movement back to the body. Slowly roll over to the right side of your body. Take a moment of stillness on your side. Use your arm as a pillow, supporting the head. Keeping your eyes closed or gaze low to the floor, slowly press yourself up into a comfortable seated position. As always, to end class, we'll take 3 cleansing breaths together as one, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Today we'll take a 3-part breath. So we break the inhale into 3 parts, filling belly, ribs, and chest, then exhaling from the chest, the ribs, and the belly. Let's all start on an exhale, releasing all the breath we have in the body. Breathing into the nose, filling belly, ribs, and chest. Exhaling, chest, ribs, then belly. Breathing into the belly, the ribs, the chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. Last time, filling the belly, filling the ribs, filling the chest, releasing the chest, releasing the ribs, releasing the belly. Take a second to give thanks to your body and your mind for getting you through this practice. I want to thank you for letting me lead you on this practice. The light that's within me honors the light that's within you. Thanks for practicing with me today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're looking for other classes from me, the fall session starts in about a few weeks, I think 2 to 3 weeks. I'll be teaching every Monday and Wednesday. My classes will air at 8 a.m. I'll be teaching a core yoga class and this class, Vinyasa class. Please remember that the classes are not live. You can access them at any time. So even though my classes air at 8 a.m., you can watch them at any time after that fits your schedule. I hope you enjoyed the class again, and thanks for practicing with me today.